Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. We've made it to Race 2, Event 4 of the 2025 WAKA Grand Prix. After 3 intense rounds of wheel-to-wheel action, the grid lines up again and the stakes are higher than ever. From the pits to the podium, today's showdown at the track is all about speed, strategy, and grit. Buckle up, this one's gonna get wild.
This round is set on track 1, better known as the Avenger. 9 corners packed into 2,534.5 feet of racing surface, and these karts will hit over 50 miles an hour on the straights.
Turn 2, watch this one closely. It's deceptively fast on the entry and tight on exit. If someone's going around today, odds are it'll be right here.
Here's a look at everything the drivers are racing for this season. Team champion, the gold and silver bracket winners, and the overall driver championship.
Alright folks, let's take a look at the grid for race 2 here at event 4 of the WAKA Grand Prix Touring Cup. 10 drivers lined up and ready to make this one a show.
Down in 10, we've got Panafail, a steady hand, who tends to stay clean while others get creative with the track limits.
Up in 9th, it's Saldariaga, always aggressive at the start, and sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's an adventure. 7th place belongs to Encarnacion, smooth, composed, and usually right there to pick up the pieces when things get messy ahead. Rounding out the top 5, we've got Gordio, always quick in qualifying, but still searching for that breakthrough race to make it stick.
Right in front of him, Deleon in 4th, fast, technical, and one of the few who can hang with the Russell brothers when the helmets go down.
Speaking of which, in 3rd it's Rich Russo. He's been chasing his brother all season, and if sibling rivalry counts as horsepower, he's got plenty of it.
You can feel the tension on that front row. Nick Russo on pole, Roldan right beside him, both laser focused. One mistake here and it's chaos down into turn 1.
10 drivers, 1 green flag, and a whole lot of pride on the line. Buckle up, this one's about to get good. The drivers are lined up, the revs are rising, and the green flag is just seconds away here at event 4 race 2 of the WAKA Grand Prix Touring Cup. Green flag! We're racing here at event 4 race 2. Nick Russo with a clean launch off the line, but look at that, Rich Russo already up a spot right from the start.
Yeah, Rich got the jump on Roldan heading into turn 1. Smart move, tight on the inside. That's exactly the start he needed if he's going to put pressure on his brother today.
Everyone manages to keep it tidy through the opening corners. No spins, no chaos, which honestly is a WAKA miracle.
They're all settling into rhythm right now. Early laps are about feeling the kart, building that pace lap by lap.
Lap 1 clean and competitive. Nick out front, Rich closing in, and the rest of the pack tucking in nicely. A smooth start to what could be a very spicy race.
Yeah, it's been a busy opening lap, lots of little battles forming mid-pack. The key now is keeping that momentum going into turns 1 and 2.
Ooh, Deleon gets loose and Papi. Thanks.
We're on board now with Encarnacion as we wrap up lap 1 here at event 4 race 2. Still plenty of movement through the field as drivers jostle for position.
Ooh, this is looking a little dicey.
Whoa, big moment there. Sally spins it right in the middle of turn 2.
Yeah, Saldariaga just lost the rear end on corner entry. Looks like he carried a little bit too much speed, and around he goes.
Great job from the back half of the field to avoid turning that into a parking lot. That could have easily collected half the grid. Now we're on board with Gordio as he closes in on Roldan. You can see how much quicker he looks through these corners.
Yeah, that's some serious pressure he's applying. The body language says it all. He's right on Roldan's bumper and clearly has the faster kart right now.
Whatever it is, it's working. Roldan's having to defend hard and Gordio's not backing down.
This is shaping up to be a solid battle for position. One small mistake and Guido's going to pounce.
Up at the front, here comes Rich Russo. He's closed the gap to his brother, Nick, and looks like he's starting to line him up for a move. On board now with Rich Russo. He dives to the inside on Nick into turn 3.
Nick leaves him just enough room. That's clean racing between the brothers, and Rich makes it stick.
Rich Russo to the front. The brothers swap spots, but both are still firmly in the fight for P1. And now we're on board with Nick, trying to reel his brother right back in. You can see how locked in he is. Eyes forward, hands smooth.
Nick's not one to sit back quietly. He's already timing the corners, looking for where Rich might just be a touch slower.
Down the front stretch, Nick's got a run on Rich. He pulls to the outside. They're side by side into turn 1.
Oh, Rich is coming in a little too hard.
Rich locks it up, he spins, oh no! It was trying to avoid contact and just lost the rear under braking.
Karts are flying past him now as Rich tries to gather it back up. He's losing tons of positions. What a costly spin.
He's back up to speed, but that's dropped him all the way down to P7, right behind Hablitz. A tough break after such a strong start.
We're back on board with Gaudio. There's a bit of a gap to Roldan ahead, but you can see he's closing it down through that final sector.
Yeah, Gaudio's been consistently quicker through the last few corners. He's setting himself up for a run onto the front straight, using that extra pace exactly where it counts.
Here they come, onto the straight. Gaudio's got the draft now, really reeling him in. You can feel that momentum building. Here we go. Gaudio with the run down the front stretch. He takes to the inside into turn 1. Beautiful execution. Gaudio up to second place. Now we're back with Rich Russo. He's regrouped after that earlier spin, and just like that, Rich snatches P6, climbing his way back into the mix after that costly spin.
Smart driving there. Rich brakes early, lets Hablitz overshoot the corner and cuts right back underneath.
And now on board with Roldan, and look at this, he hasn't let Gaudio pull away at all.
Yeah, he's staying right in that slipstream. This is turning into a proper cat and mouse duel for that second spot.
Roldan's lining it up again, studying Gaudio's lines, looking for that same weakness Gaudio used on him.
If he times it right, he could swing it back next lap. These two are pushing each other to the limit.
On board now with Nick Russo, your race leader, and it's a picture-perfect run so far. Clear track ahead, no pressure from behind. Back on board with Rich Russo now, and he is absolutely flying, closing in fast on Encarnacion for P5.
Yeah, you can see the confidence. He's braking later, positioning perfectly. He's setting up the same kind of move we saw earlier on Hablitz.
And there it is! Rich slips right underneath Encarnacion, copy and paste from his last overtake. That's textbook consistency right there. 2 passes, same setup. That's racecraft at work. Rich is a man on a mission. Jael's doing everything he can to hang on to the back of Rich Russo after that overtake, pushing hard through every corner. Rich is absolutely dialed in, inching closer to that P4 battle now, while Jael just tries to stay in the same zip code. Now we're on with Roldan right on Gaudio's bumper. These two have been at it all race long.
They've been glued together for laps. Neither wants to give up on that P2 spot.
A little bit of a game of cat and mouse right now. This is going to be pretty entertaining.
On board now with Encarnacion as he heads down the front straight and into turn 1.
Again, they're coming in pretty hot.
Oh, big spin! That's Jael and Russo both around.
Absolute chaos in turn 1. All 3 drivers are facing the wrong way and the field is completely jumbled again.
That's a heart-stopping moment early in the lap. This changes everything for the mid-pack.
Let's take another look at the replay. Looks like Rich was making a move on Baez for P4.
Yeah, he sends it up the inside but locks up again, right in the same spot where he went off battling Nick earlier.
Tough break for both of them, especially after all that progress through the field.
Yeah, we missed it in the turn 1 madness, but Roldan finally caught up Gaudio and made the pass for P2.
There's that replay. Roldan with a great turn 2 gets a fantastic run on Gaudio.
He keeps that momentum alive down the straight, side by side into turn 3.
Side by side, heading toward turn 3. Roldan keeps it pinned. Back on board now with Gaudio, and he's not done yet. He's right back on Roldan's bumper, trying to reclaim that P2 spot.
You can see Gaudio try to cover the inside, but Roldan's just got the better drive. The car hooks up perfectly through the exit.
Roldan keeping his cool though, very composed driving under pressure.
And he's through before the braking zone. What a clean, confident move for P2. Textbook racing right there.
Back now with Encarnacion, who's really starting to find his rhythm again after that earlier spin.
Yeah, you can see he settled back in, smooth on the wheel, hitting his marks through the corners.
Bit by bit, he's closing the gap. That's the mindset of a driver who knows there's still plenty of race left. Back with Gaudio and Roldan now. And look at this, Gaudio's pushing hard to take back that P2 spot.
You can tell he's been studying Roldan's lines, probably thinking, all right, I've seen enough, my turn now. And he spins it, oh no, that is heartbreak.
That's a tough one. He had the momentum, had the shot at P2. Now he's facing the wrong way, watching everyone drive by.
I'd say Gaudio's car looks lively, maybe too lively. Either he's going for a pass or he's auditioning for a drift competition.
Yeah, that'll make the highlight reel. Just not the way he hoped.
From P3 with a sniff at P2 to P7 with no one in sight. That's the karting roller coaster, folks.
Back on track with Rich Russo, and he's wasting no time. Makes quick work of Sally to move himself into P5. You can see him closing in on Deleon now as the laps tick down. And there it is, Russo sends it at the inside of Deleon.
That was clean and efficient, like he just clocked in for overtime.
From all the way back to the front again, that's some serious recovery driving.
He's got that I'm not done yet energy. Wouldn't surprise me if he's already planning his next dive.
Rich Russo is pressing on, full push now, absolutely flying out there.
Beautiful move. Deleon's one of 2 rookies in this race, and he's held his own, but Rich just had too much pace there.
The man's putting on a show, and Russo's got a run up Baez. He dives to the inside, clean move, and he's through. That's P3 secured for Rich Russo.
Yeah, this has driver of the day written all over it.
Absolutely incredible. What a run from Rich these last few laps. We're on board now with Baez, who's not giving up just yet, trying to keep the pressure on Russo after losing that podium spot.
Oh, it looks like he's losing it.
Oh, Baez spins it. He couldn't hold on through that corner. It finally snapped on him. Tough break after such a strong run. That's got to sting. Now we're back with Encarnacion, who's been quietly clawing his way back through the field, catching the next few cars every single lap.
He's like a stealth bomber out there. No flash, no drama, just shows up in your mirrors and suddenly you're losing positions.
And look at this! Jael's on the move, gets a great launch out of turn 2 and makes the pass to jump from P7 up to P5. He's been quietly building pace, and that move shows he's still got plenty left in the tank.
That was straight out of the Fast and Furious school of overtaking. All throttle, no hesitation. And that's actually how you end a race strong. Clean, bold, and with a little style for the cameras. Let's see if he can keep it up.
And here comes Sally. After that rough mid-race stretch, he's rebounded beautifully.
Jael's got to start playing defense. Sally is going to make a run here.
And he's now making a run on Jael. Sally's right on his bumper now. Just a few kart lengths separate them. And here it is. Sally sets up Jael perfectly on the inside into turn 4. Makes it stick. That's P5 for Sally.
Great move. Smooth, decisive and no contact. That's how you do it.
On board with Papi as he crashes into the wall. Perfect. Let's watch somebody else.
We're on board now with Roldan, and look at this, he's chased down Nick Russo and is giving him everything he can handle for the lead.
This is incredible. Roldan's been on a mission ever since Claudio spun. It was like he saw the gap and said, all right, my turn.
Nick looks calm though. He knows Roldan's right there, but he's defending smart. No panic moves.
You can tell Nick's mirrors are working overtime right now. That's the kind of pressure that makes you rethink every braking point.
If he wants that win, he's got to send it soon. One mistake, one slipstream, and this could come right down to the line.
Someone else just entered the chat.
Don't look now, but here comes Rich Russo. He's caught Roldan, and suddenly we've got a 3-man race for P1.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. 2 spins, 1 comeback, and now he's in striking distance for the win. It's absurd.
What a comeback drive from the mid-pack chaos all the way to the front. 3 drivers, 1 lap, 1 chance. This is what WAKA Racing's all about.
And we've got just enough time for some fireworks here, if everyone can hang on.
Oh, Rich is coming in a little too hot here.
Oh no, Rich Russo dives into turn 2, locks it up again, and he's around. He spins out.
You've got to be kidding me, not again. That same corner's been his kryptonite all day.
And just like that, his hopes for P1 or P2 are gone.
Yeah, he pushed it 1 corner too far. It's Heartbreak City for the comeback king.
You almost feel bad for him, almost. But hey, at least he made sure the highlight reel's got plenty of material. We're on with Sally now, and it looks like he's sizing up Deleon. Is he going to try a move here?
He's been creeping closer every corner. This might be the setup.
You know Sally, if he even thinks there's half a kart with him space, he's going for it.
Deleon's defending smart though, making Sally work for every inch.
This is a tight pack now. Every kart practically bumper to bumper through the infield.
Yeah, nobody's settling in. They're all sniffing for an opening like sharks that smell blood.
One wrong move and it could all unravel, but man, this is the kind of racing we live for. There's contact! Deleon is round!
Oh no, and Encarnation's off the pace too.
We go on board with Roldan now. He's closing in on Nick Russo once again. Roldan's a P1 with just 2 laps remaining. What a move! Absolutely wild scenes here in the closing moments. What a shaker!
That was gutsy, clean, and absolutely brilliant. He's been chipping away for half the race, and it finally pays off.
Back on with Nick Russo now as he continues to battle wheel to wheel with Roldan. Through the chicane and onto the front straight they go.
You can see the difference in setup here. Nick's car is a rocket in a straight line, but Roldan's is glued to the corners.
They make their way into turns 1 and 2. Nick's still searching for that opening, but he's running out of time.
He's trying everything, late braking, wide entry, tight exit, throwing the kitchen sink at it.
Nick's still all over the back of Roldan. He's searching for any kind of opening in these final corners.
But Albert's keeping it neat and tidy. No mistakes, no gaps, just laser-focused driving.
Yeah, he's defending like his life depends on it, making that kart as wide as a bus right now.
You can see it, he's timing this. He might be thinking about the switchback coming into the chicane.
Nick's trying to stay patient though, looking for a setup. And there it is, Nick does set up the switchback, beautifully timed through the final chicane. That's racecraft at its finest, patience, precision, and a little bit of guts.
What a move! He's absolutely nailed that transition. Smooth in, clean out, and he's through just before the front straight.
Albert's closing in again as they dive into turns 1 and 2. Oh, there's a little contact. Nick gets pushed wide. He manages to hang on to it though and pulls a small gap on exit.
Now the real question, can he hold off Albert for one more lap? Because you know Roldan's not done yet.
Albert makes a move on the inside. He's got him!
No way! Nick fights back. He muscles out of it and somehow keeps P1.
Absolutely incredible defence from Nick Russo. He refuses to give it up.
Albert threw everything at him there, but Nick just said, not today.
Nick holds the inside line through the final chicane. Albert's right there waiting for a mistake.
Oh, I don't think he's going to have enough time. I think that's it.
Out of the last turn now, Nick Russo holds on and crosses the line to win race 2 of the 2025 WAKA Grand Prix.
What a finish! That was pure determination from start to end.
A well-earned victory for Nick Russo, flawless under pressure. On with Finnefeel now as he comes down the front stretch. One last chance to move up a spot.
He's got the run, he's got the momentum, but not quite the real estate. He just runs out of room on the corner exit.
And it's a photo finish. Finnefeel just misses out. He'll stay P9. But what a charge at the end.
Both of them giving it everything, even after the flag.
Oh, and on the in-lap, Deli spins it in turn 2. He's looped it around after the flag.
What is it with turn 2 today? It's like everyone decided to take one last souvenir spin before heading in. Delo's going to be jealous he missed out on the tradition this time.
Well, what an awesome race that was. So many overtakes, a few lead changes, just non-stop action from start to finish.
I'm calling it right now. Might be the best race of this year's event so far. Everything you could ask for.
And with so many drivers putting on a show, let's see who managed to take home Driver of the Day.
Oh, this one's going to be tough. There's at least 3 names in my head already.
And your Driver of the Day, no surprise here, goes to Rich Russo.
Absolutely deserved. Started P3, finished P3, but made no less than 10 passes to keep it there. That is pure hustle.
And here it is, your podium for today's race. Nick Russo takes the win in P1, Albert Roldan right behind him in P2, and Rich Russo rounding it out in P3.
What a lineup. 3 drivers who absolutely left everything out on track today. Yeah, this one had it all. Strategy, aggression, and a ton of heart.
Couldn't agree more. Great race all around. Tight battles, clean racing, and plenty of excitement start to finish. Let's take a look now at the Gold driver standings after 2 rounds. The top 3 remain unchanged for now, holding steady at the front.
Yeah, but the real surprise is right behind them. Sally and Deleon sitting in 4th and 5th. 2 rookies mixing it up with the heavy hitters.
It's been an impressive start for both of them. Consistent, smart and fearless. Exactly what you need in this championship.
Meanwhile, Hablitz and Panifel are going to have to start swinging a little bit harder if they want to break out of the basement there.
And now for the team standings after 4 events. Toro Russo have fought their way back into 3rd. Solid recovery after a rough stretch earlier in the season.
Yeah, and the Sazon Speedsters finally bagged some much needed points to keep themselves in the mix. It's about time they got rolling again.
On the flip side, Thick and Quick sitting in 7th. That's a bit of a surprise.
For sure, they have had the pace, but luck just hasn't been on their side. Still plenty of time left to turn things around though.
And here are your gold and silver bracket standings after 4 events.
Yeah, the front of the pack looks like rush hour traffic. Tight, tense, and nobody's giving an inch. One bad race and you can drop 3 spots just like that.
The gold bracket remains as competitive as ever. Every position feels like a dogfight right now. Over in silver, things are just as spicy. A few new names have been shaking things up and that mid-pack fight is getting serious. And finally, here's a look at the current Drivers' Championship standings. It's still anyone's game at the top.
The gold drivers will hold their tiebreaker over the silver class, but even with that, the top 6 are all still within striking distance of the title.
Behind them, the field's incredibly tight, just about 8 points separating 9th through 20th.
That is wild. You sneeze, miss a breaking point, and boom, you're down 3 points in the standings.
It's been an exciting race and an exciting season so far. Make sure to tune in for our next race, and thank you for watching.
Special thanks to the following businesses: